Can I taste your juice?
Hey folks, PBusardo. So the 2-week wrap up, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, pretty much all of it, guys. I enjoyed all of it, and we're gonna talk a little bit about all of it here. The bad, a little bit of bad mixed in there. We'll touch on that as well, and the ugly. Clearly, Dimitri in his underwear. That would be the ugly category. But I'm not really sure where I'm going with this video, okay? So this is going to be one of those just kind of like us hanging out, talking together videos. We are going to start it off with the last contest winner. So I'm going to kind of do this one a little bit in reverse, okay? So the last contest winner for, let's see, what do I got? I got the home wrecker. Thank you, Ben, from Home Tech. And the Gemini tank from Vaporezzo, okay? So that is what's up for grabs in this video right here. What was the name of the store? The grand opening of the store that I was going to in Greece, and of course it was Queen Ecigs, and we're going to talk about them a little bit later on in this video as well. So, let's... give it away, give it away, give it away now! Alright guys, here we are in random.org. It is a list randomizer, and what it does is it randomizes lists. How about that? For this contest, 693 of you got the answer correct and entered the contest correctly. Let's find out who won. Good luck, everybody. The winner is... Patrick Robbins. Congratulations, Patrick Robbins. You are the big wiener. All right, so congratulations to you, Patrick Robbins. What you got to do is send an email to me at PBusardo@tasteyourjuice.com using the same email that you entered the contest in so I can verify who you are. I will get some information from you and get this out in the mail just as soon as I can. Congrats. All right, so let's go from the contest wiener, congratulations, to some of the devices that I brought with me overseas on this particular trip right here. I'll be honest with you, I was a little lazy. I was a little bit lazy on this trip because I did bring the Radius and the Kabuki. I just didn't feel like messing with, you know, the K-Fun for some reason, and this has been a terrific vape too. So that was one of the things that I brought. I also brought the top hat with me. I brought when I was in Greece, especially at the store opening, I had to make sure that I did have a Greek atomizer, so I was using the Tilehemos. Let Dimitri say it. Okay, and this has been a great atomizer that I've really been enjoying too. For my direct lung and for my clouds, I did bring the tugboat with the velocity. And then at UK Vape Jam towards the end, the folks at Inikin, because Inikin was displaying, they had a couple of these left and they gave me one. I have some more, and we're going to be taking a look at this real soon. This is the Coolfire 4 TC100. So this is a 100-watt device, and it does have temperature control now. Built-in battery, and this thing has been working really, really well. Okay, so hopefully I'll get to a review on this one soon enough. But the next device review that we're going to look at, because I have the supposedly the correct batteries to get 100 watts out of this, the Vape Forward Stout, right? And since we're talking about this, we'll probably at least mention and maybe kind of bring it into the video a little bit, because it's very similar, very similar. Ergonomics wise, the case isn't similar at all, but the guts are similar. So the Beyond Vape Centurion by Wismec, right? Okay, so that's the next hardware review. And then for another device, for the atomizer, I was, and it's still coming up, I was going to look at the Squape X Dream, right? But I posted some information about the Squape X Dream on Facebook because I was kind of excited. I had it all built here in Rant. I thought it was a nice build. I had a nice good build in there. And I brought it with me, and I was excited, and I started to fill it up in London. So I posted that little bit on Facebook that I was putting the e-liquid in the top, and it was coming out as fast as I could put it in. It was because this little piece right, see that little piece right there? The Squape, with a really nice build that I put in there too, I think so anyway, came with me to London. This piece stayed here in Rochester. When I first saw this piece, I saw the piece sitting in a box, and oh, how nice. They gave us, you know, another build deck option. So I just kind of used the build deck that was included. No, not a build deck option. Actually, a quite important piece to making the device work. As a matter of fact, that piece is mentioned right here on this card, and this card says, "Please read before assembling." But oh, I'm a real man. I don't read instructions. kind of important in this case. But unfortunately, even with this device or this piece in place, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Now, they've identified the problem. They have said it is in the pre-serialized versions, or at least some of the pre-serialized versions. I know that I'm not the only one being affected by this issue. They are sending me out a new one. Should you be interested in one of these, just ask the vendor and make sure that the one that you're getting doesn't have the problem that you're about to see right here. All right, guys, so here's the Squape X Dream build deck, and we're going to go into a lot more detail when I actually get to the review video for this. I've already taken out the build that I just put in here. All right, so what you do here is we have the rest of the tank, and we have this airflow controller. I'm going to leave the airflow controller off so you can see what's going on. And the build deck kind of just goes in here, and you have to line up these notches. It only goes one way. And then once it's in here, okay, very interesting. We have no unscrewing with this device. So to get at your build deck, because that's on, and you hear that little click? That's on. That's off. And then we can get the build deck out like that when we have those little posts in the center. Okay, now my mistake when I went to the UK is I didn't have, let's see, where is it? Where'd it go? This piece right here. Okay, so when I did the fill, it just all kind of like dumped out. So what you have to do is once you have your build on there, you put this piece on top of this piece, right? And then you insert this into the rest of the atomizer. Once those line up, okay, and then you can, it just kind of seats itself, and then you can either go to, but see, I can't, okay, because as soon as I put that piece in there, I don't have the clearance anymore to either lock, unlock, or open this, okay? It just doesn't have the clearance. I mean, I can get it closed or opened or unlocked, but like I literally have to use a couple pairs of these to make it happen. So clearly there is some kind of an issue with this one, and again, this is pre-serialized, so it's just got a whole bunch of zeros down there at the bottom. They're sending me a new one. Once I get that new one and put the build in it, I'll take it for a test drive and talk more about this one. But again, this is kind of a heads up and warning here, guys. Make sure that if you are interested in this one, that yours does not have this problem. See, it just doesn't go all the way, and it doesn't click, and I really can't make it happen. Okay. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, because I really do like the guys over there at StatQuam. I've always liked the Squape atomizers. I was very excited to take a look at this one because the design is very different from the ones that they've had. It's a top fill, which is nice because filling the Squape has always been a bit of a challenge for me because of the disc, or the space between the bell and the tank. But we'll get to it. But this one kind of reminds me of the Russian, right? It's like, how did it get out that way in the first place? But they're working on it. They're looking at it. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on it. All right, so let's go from Switzerland, because that's where the Squape is from, to Greece, okay, for the grand opening of the Queen Ecigs store in Athens. What a wild time, guys. You know, Dimitri was with me, so it was really interesting to kind of just drive around. Well, driving around in Greece was interesting to begin with. My hand still hurts from holding on to the bar in the car. Driving is wild there. It's either like full-on floor it or just stop short. Everything's very narrow. The cars, like, you literally just go out the window and you touch the car next to you. If I was driving, I would have gone through a trunk load of side view mirrors, and there would have been like scooter and motorcycle drivers just like strewn all over the streets. It was. I'm glad Dimitri was driving. The boys got some skills there in the driving department. But that is where he grew up, so it was really interesting to drive around there and have him say, you know, that's where my best friend used to live. That's where I used to live. This is the school that I went to. Now, unfortunately, like with most of the trips, we didn't do a whole lot of sightseeing, and I really would have enjoyed that because there's so much to see there. You know, I saw the Acropolis, but I saw it from like, I saw it on the top of a mountain. I saw the location of the first Olympics. That was kind of cool. I saw the Parliament building where they have like the guards in front, very similar to the changing of the guards in the UK. So, you know, I got to see some, but we really didn't get to explore because he really did have something planned for me every night. One of the really cool things that we did was, and it was such a taste of Greece outside of the food, we went to this live music club. It's a live music club, and like a bunch of singers come out.
Oh, Phil, welcome to Athens.
And when I first walked in the place, right, these women were walking around with these trays, and I thought it looked like pizza. I thought they were serving pizza, but no, they were trays of flowers, okay? And you buy the trays of flowers, and then, you know, if you like the singer or to show your respect for the singer, you throw the flowers at the singer. And they were like, throw the flowers, and I didn't want to hurt anybody, so I kind of just threw it at their feet. They're like, no, throw the flowers. So I literally throwing the flowers at the singers, and then the tables were throwing flowers at other tables, and there were like these mounds of flowers all over the place. And they're like, and then they said, just take the whole tray and throw it at the singer, and that's what they do there. That's so you like literally hit the singers while they're singing with these trays of flowers. And then before you know it, people are drinking, so then they get up on stage and they start dancing with the singers, and then more people get up and they're dancing, everybody's having a good time, everybody's throwing flowers around. Just a really, really cool experience, and I thank them so much. And not only to Dimitri, but also to Katarina and her husband George. They are the owners of Queen Ecig there, and thank you very much for bringing me there to the event. The event itself, you know, I posted on Facebook. I was still trying to wrap my head around it because I haven't seen anything like that yet here in the States. It was kind of like a red carpet affair. It really was. Just like beautifully laid out. They had, what do you call it, like a bar there behind the store. So it was like the store and then like a sidewalk area, and they had that whole area. They had a DJ there. They had, like I said, the bar area. They had some pub tops. They had this one area where they were interviewing, because like singers, models, actors, sports figures all came in, and they had, like, I guess it's like their equivalent of extra. They had TV cameras there, and they were interviewing these celebrities who were coming. Like I said, just way different from, you know, like the store openings that I've seen here in the States. Very, very classy, very, very well done. They had there were 4 girls. They played like string instruments, violins. That was really cool. The whole thing was really cool for me, and very overwhelming. Not to mention very humbling too, because there were so many really, really nice people who I talked to. Most of them did speak at least some English, if not Dimitri or somebody else did the translations for me. But so many really, really nice people there. Thanks to everybody who came up and said hello. At one point, the area in front of the store got so crowded, there were people out in the street and people like across the street, like watching, and I saw vapors out there too, so I wanted to meet everybody, so I just went out there in the street and started talking to people. And then at one point they wanted me to give a little speech, so I was giving a little speech to the crowd. Dimitri was doing the translations, and I was almost done. I was at the point where I was going to say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. And then my mic got taken away, and it went to the president. The president showed up, the president of the center party in Greece, and from what I understand, also a big tobacco harm reduction supporter. So it's okay. He is the president after all. So that was the event. Very impressive, very classy, something very different from anything that I've experienced before. And absolutely, I do wish Katarina and George and all of the folks involved with Queen Ecigs all of the best of luck. I think that location is going to do really good for them, because it's kind of in a touristy area with a whole lot of foot traffic. So maybe we can get some smokers walking by, taking a look at the sign and saying, hey, I heard about those things. Let's go in and give them a try. I think that would be great. So best of luck to you guys. The food, of course, the food was fantastic. Dimitri brought me to some really nice restaurants. We did the authentic Greek thing a couple of times, which was really good. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to take like that photo to a Greek restaurant here and say, can you do that? We also had a really nice romantic dinner for 2 at a seafood restaurant on the waterfront. Very, very romantic. And there was also a like a bakery right around the corner from where he lives. We went there in the morning to have some breakfast or early lunch. The coffee's there, kind of like a chilled espresso coffee, really, really good. And like everything is stuffed with something there, whether it be a cheese or spinach or some kind of meat, and which led to more of a stuffed PBusardo. As a matter of fact, Probably one of the best photos, if not one of the funniest photos, is this photo. A very, very tall thing of beauty surrounded by two old fat guys. But it was a great experience. And to everybody I met over there and to all of Greece, thank you guys for an incredible warm welcome. And I really enjoyed myself there and hope to come back sometime. And maybe actually explore Greece a little bit more. All right, so like I said, we're going a little bit out of order in this one. So the trip actually started in London, then it went to Greece. It went back to London because we had to fly out of London and then back here to the States. But the London show, the Vape Jam UK 2016, again, okay, so there was some negative there, and we're going to talk about that, but there was a whole lot of positive too. So, you know, I know a lot of folks, they sent me like apologies and were disgusted and blah, blah, blah. Look, let's just, you know, let's focus on the good. Let's learn a little bit and let's move forward, okay? Because I really enjoyed myself, and so did Dimitri, and I'm pretty sure Nick did as well. Once again, we met a whole lot of really, really nice people. Tons of people came up to us, said hello. It was really cool to meet Todd from Todd's Ecig Reviews. He was there. So many other people that I met. They had a really cool area. It was the Modders Gallery, okay? And it was like this big area with nothing but high-end devices, okay? I think they started at like 600 pounds there. Pounds, like not dollars there, right? Yeah, so you could really, you know, you'd lose your house and your car if you went on a buying spree in that area. But it was so cool to see all of the high-end devices and all of the modders who make those high-end devices right in one area. So I thought that was really cool. Now, I did notice several of the Italian modders there were using a newer board, or at least a board that I haven't seen before in some of their devices. So I got some quick video here for you because I thought the interface was pretty slick. They used some kind of cool animations on it. It appears to be a single button interface, and I do know that I have one coming my way, so hopefully when that does come in, we'll take a quick look at it. So a new board from Italy with some kind of a slicker interface, either out there already or coming your way. And the show itself was probably twice the size of the original Vape Jam UK. Which is nice. It's nice to see the growth. I thought it was very, very well attended. I thought the venue was fantastic and in a really nice area too. The Excel London. All right, so what happened? Okay, so what happened was me, Dimitri, and Nick were supposed to talk. It was advertised. We had it up on our Facebook pages. And it never happened, okay? So we asked the promoter several times when we were supposed to talk, and he said go see Maria, and Maria is a fantastic person, okay? And I know she was really sick, but we went looking for Maria. We couldn't find Maria. Nobody's got us a time, and the talk never happened. So I'm butthurt. I'm butthurt because I didn't get on stage and I didn't get my stage time, right? No, come on, no. I was butthurt for all of the people who came up to us and said, when are you guys going to talk? When do you guys go on stage? We want to hear you talk. That's what I was butthurt for, okay? For those people who were expecting it, or worse yet, those people who came just because of it. And you know, that kind of led to the post. The first post. The second post, we'll get to that. Yeah, I mean, it was more or less an apology. But, you know, it's frustrating to me that, and I know there were a couple other advocacy groups that did get to talk, but where they talked was like this little kind of corner of the room somewhere and not on the main stage. Now, look, guys, okay, I'm not the fun police, okay? These events, they need to be fun, they need to be exciting, but the important stuff has to take main stage as well. We want to keep this around. We want to keep this around for, and I wrote something on Facebook today. We want to keep this around for the people who are making a living with it, for the people who have found acceptance in it, for the people who have made the switch, for you know, but mostly really for tobacco harm reduction, for the smokers who haven't found vaping yet. It's potentially a life-saving industry that we're involved with, okay? And I think it just needs to be taken a little bit more serious. I do. And I came up with kind of an analogy, and I'm going to share that analogy at the end of this video. But so Vape Jam UK, some negatives there, but mostly positive. Like I said, learn and move on. But it kind of led to the other post. Okay, now that post was not just sparked by Vape Jam UK and what I saw and what I experienced there. I kind of consider it like the perfect storm. Okay, all of these fronts coming together and it just came out. Okay, so it really kind of started building up with me anyway back at the New Jersey event. Everything that I saw and experienced at the New Jersey event. And then with every email that I get from somebody who feels like they're being ridiculed for how they vape and for the equipment that they use, or the emails where they go into vape shops and they're belittled because of what they're using and how they vape. The Kyla email that I got that I put up on Facebook. The experience, some of the things that I saw at Vape Jam UK. Then add a couple shots on top of it, it came out. Okay, and the only thing that I will apologize for in that rant, okay, is the language. All right, but sorry, that was just Phil being very, very real, Phil being very, very uncensored, Phil just letting it all come out. Okay, so I will apologize for the language, because if you notice in my videos, when I do let one go, I typically bleep it out, because I know folks watch the videos with young kids running around, and I don't want to subject that to them if that's something that the parents are against. Okay, so typically I censor myself, but that was way uncensored. That was just letting everything come out. And I tell you what, I sat there, so I did the post. I clicked submit, and I went to take a leak. And I came back, and it was like shared 300 times at that point. And I just sat there, and I watched it. I watched it until, no lie, 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I finally got some sleep before the next day. And I was just blown away with the number of times that it was shared, with the number of comments that it got, with the amount of support that it got. I was blown away. And I got a little emotional watching the whole thing unfold. It did mean a lot to me, and it reinforces that there are so many good people in the industry. And unfortunately, the bad is not the majority. The good is the majority, but unfortunately, I think it's the bad that is going to make the industry look bad. And believe me when I say that some of the labels, some of the marketing, some of the behavior, it's going to be used against us. Don't think for a second that it's not going to be, because it is. Okay, it has been, and it will be again. So when I say these things, it's not trying to be the fun police, okay? It's not trying to take anything away from the events. It's not trying to take your good time away. It's because I want the industry around. For all vapors, no matter how you vape. I think I've made it very, very clear so many times that I don't care how you vape, okay? I have a particular style that I like. You have a particular style that you like. Can't we just figure out that we're all not smoking anymore? We're vaping now, and because if we, how are we going to get any respect from those on the outside looking in if we can't even respect ourselves? Hey, what I would love to see? There was at Vape Jam UK. Is it the V gods? They're tricksters, right? And they were doing all their vape tricks and everything. I would love to see them go out, find a little old lady, and drag the little old lady in their booth and teach her how to blow some O-rings or some of that stuff. Just to see the acceptance of all people from all sides would be really, that would be something that I would film. That would be something that I would take photos of, rather than just remaining cliquey and in our own little groups. And by the way, I did meet some of those guys at the show, and wow, like really nice, really cool guys. Am I rambling now at this point? Probably, but that's the deal with that post. I just kind of let it all come out, and was it fair that I kind of put 3 manufacturers on the spot there with their names? Partly yes, partly no. Partly yes, because they were there, they were in front of me. They just happened to kind of catch the wrath there a little bit. But no, because there's those three. There's probably another 3,000 out there that need to be called out. And again, I don't say this stuff because I don't want anybody to have a good time. I say this stuff because I'm concerned about the industry and concerned about how some of that the labels and the promotions and the behavior can be used against us. Okay, so if you don't like those opinions, sorry, but so go ahead and thumb down the video because I care. Okay, all right, so let's have a vape because I've been talking a lot and I need a vape, and I'll let you guys in on a couple of secrets. Okay, so, and these really aren't secrets. I mean, I don't think it's any big secret that I am coming out with an e-liquid line at this point. I've talked to enough people about it, but when that does happen, there will be an announcement. I will let you guys know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, where I'm doing it. I want to take you guys along for the ride with me. Okay, I want to be transparent about it, but we're working on the e-liquid name right now. But here's something else, and I've talked to people about this as well. A couple of years ago, okay, I had this idea, and I parked the website, the wetspoteliquid.com, okay, and the concept was with the wetspoteliquid.com, all of the flavor names were going to be sexual positions, okay. This is me, okay? I mean, you get the tongue-in-cheek humor in the videos, but, this is who I am, the DJ, the fun guy. Yes, the fun guy, not the fun police. But I thought long and hard about it. I really kind of, tossed and turned, and I decided not to go through with it because I didn't think it would represent myself very well. I didn't think it would represent the industry very well. So that was 2 years ago. And, of course, you grow and you mature and you learn, and at this point I understand how important this industry is for those folks who are making money with it, for those folks who are making a living with it, for those folks who have made the transition to vaping, for those folks who will make the transition to vaping. And I guess what I'm trying to share with you is just think, is this the best way we can represent the industry, or am I just trying to, create a brand that's based on nothing but like shock value and drama? Okay, and I wished we lived in a world where that was just fine. That was just fine, because maybe then there would be the wet spot e-liquid, but too many people looking at us right now. Too many people want to shut us down. Too many people want to say, hey, they're no different from what Big Tobacco did years ago. And that's why I never went through with it. I think we have to remember that for the most part, zero nic excluded, right? We're still promoting a nicotine-based product, right? And nicotine is still an addictive substance. And I'm quite sure that the folks who want to regulate us into oblivion are looking at us right now and saying they're no different from the tobacco companies of years ago. So that's why I say the things that I do. And I don't fight for mouth to lung vaping, and I don't fight for sub-ohm vaping, and I don't fight for cloud chasing, and I don't fight for any of that. I fight for vaping, right? Keep vaping around. And in reality, I don't even do the majority of the fighting. I help out where I can with advocacy, but imagine those folks who are advocates and do spend all of their time and efforts and energy into keeping this industry alive. Imagine how those people feel, that not only do they have to fight the organizations and the administrations and the governments that want to shut us down, but they also have to fight the same industry that they're trying to protect. So I said I had a little bit of an analogy, and I don't know. I don't even know if this is going to get flagged, for taking this video, but I'm going to put it in here anyway because it's a really old video. It's kind of like how I see some of the industry, right? And I thought about this, and I thought it'd be cool to put in the video. And it's not, believe me, it's not all of the industry, because like I said, there's a lot of good in the industry, but there's a lot of stuff that I see and I'm like, wow, we could really be doing things a whole lot better. We could really make ourselves look a whole lot better. So I'm going to play this, and that's it. We'll get back to the reviews and enough of this serious shit. And like I said, the Stout, and we'll take a look at the Centurion, and the Squape as soon as I get the Squape in. And there's tons of other stuff, guys. I can only do so much. But that's it. That's the end of this video, you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Can I taste your juice?
The first American people loved the land. They held it in simple reverence. And in some Americans today, that spirit is reborn. This is South Coast Botanic Garden in California. Once this was a dumping ground for trash and litter. Community volunteers cleaned, planted, and reclaimed it. And there the land is good again. But all around us are reminders of how far we still have to go. So everyone must get involved now. To contact the Keep America Beautiful team nearest you, write Keep America Beautiful, 99 Park Avenue, New York, New York. People start pollution. People can stop it.